Hello everyone, welcome back to the Jimvitational 2. This is round 1 coverage. My name is Wild Rumpus. I'm the TF2 guy, new face around here. Been really enjoying covering some ADV. It's been a lot of fun. But we have Starmaster versus BIHI. This is a matchup of two juggernauts. BIHI actually in the previous Jimvitational, Jimvitational 1, got second place to ABR. So definitely gunning for a deep run again here. And if there's anyone that you can't discount, it's definitely Starmaster as well. An absolute legend of ADV in their own right. So without further ado, let us jump into game 1. So a Jinx lead versus a Fortress lead. Immediate explosion on the mean look. Interesting. 4E lead, not something you see too often, and nor do you see a Jinx lead. And nor do you see a Brick Break Metagross. Very interesting things happening immediately. So double spike as well for BIHI, notably with this Skarmory here. Will be getting spikes up and Milo in the back. I don't know my Brick Break Metagross head calcs, so I can't tell you if this is choice band, but doing 30 to Milo, kind of hard to imagine that isn't banded. Starmaster will go out to Suicune here, Milo just stalling out Brick Breaks. And we'll double out to Snorlax on a Toxic. Just scouting out what kind of moveset this Milo has. In comes Skarmory on a Body Slam. We might see more spikes go down. We might see, yep, is more spikes. A Jinx lead definitely indicates a faster paced team usually, although it is based on the presence of a Suicune and Snorlax here. Maybe a T-Tar Trader, pretty likely to have maybe a Dugtrio in the back. Meanwhile, this 1v1 between Snorlax and Skarmory, ooh, that's a big crit on the boosted Body Slam, so Skarm gonna go quite low, but is able to roar out. And there is a spinner, so full team revealed now. There is that Dugtrio and a Claydol in the back. Yeah, but BIHI so far, just chilling with Skarmory and Milo. Spin will fire off, and I imagine Skarmory kind of just wants to stay in here for this Leftovers chip heal. So far it has shown all its moves. Okay, so Drill Peck, Skarm. Okay, Starmaster going into Suicune now. Just wants to force out this Skarmory, is accepting that single spike for the time being. Does start Calm Minding. So far this is Sandless. Don't know enough about BIHI's structure here to decide whether or not there might be a T-Tar. I kind of doubt it. We're going to see a Toxic coming out from Milo. And there is a Blissey in the back. Okay, so at this point Suicune is on a timer, going to get forced to rest eventually. In the meantime, those Surfs are hitting quite hard into what is a Calm Mind Blissey as well. Immediate switch out now into Snorlax, so that Suicune will be Toxic on the re-entry, as Blissey just going to stay in actually on the Snorlax and click Thunderbolt. That is quite a click there, as Body Slam is doing a lot, 44%. So with the Leftovers healing and the Soft Boileds, Blissey is net positive on the HP, but you are, yep, there, as I say it, Para, and yeah, gonna get forced out there. Lax going for Curse. Again, both teams look like they definitely benefit from this being Sandless. So we'll have to see if this is going to be a long one or not. And Blissey, what is the HP there? Yeah, kept it 53. Going to come in now as Suicune just rests off that Toxic. Very well. And in comes Snorlax yet again on a Thunderbolt. It's imaginable that Snorlax has rest here. Clicking Body Slam Curse in a Sandless structure. Okay, goes for the Curse now. Skarm has been kept pretty low here, so just a little bit of hacks from Snorlax could get through. Oh my god, actually. Yeah, Skarmory can't roar out now, just staying into Drill Pecks the Snorlax, which is very scary. That might indicate that BIHI, yeah, is going for his own Dug Trap. Does not have, oh, and Snorlax barely living as well. Is this Snorlax running away with things? Blissey does outspeed. I mean, just about anything outspeeds a Snorlax at -1. So it will... Oh, but yeah, we'll be able to re-enter now that Claydol gets rid of the spikes. So BIHI, oh man, the big crit there as well, is clearly quite weak against this Snorlax based on what they've been doing to try and deal with it. But yeah, in comes Suicune now, and Suicune does fall over to a Calm Mind Blissey, but there is still a Dug Trap potential. There is this Choice Band Metagross, and nice critical hit Thunderbolt there, going to chip that for a lot. Snorlax comes in, gets a little bit of chip healing. I don't think that would survive a Surf from Milo, so gonna get out again, but just another Snorlax in on a switch, and suddenly that Leftovers recovery might just be enough to get a rest off or click some move. And just like that, Blissey scared out by Metagross is the perfect opportunity. Clicks Boom, trying to find someone, just trade down. Does in fact find a Claydol. And actually, okay, now it's meta clicking Brick Break. This is actually looking... This was looking pretty bad for BIHI, with just how brutal, just throwing away so many resources to take out the Snorlax. But now, this Calm Mind Blissey is really, really looming. And a little misclick there on the soft-boiled BIHI saying oops in chat. A lot of positioning here. This Metagross has a Boom, which is very threatening. You want this Boom to connect to Blissey, because if you can remove this Blissey from the game, then Melodic just gets 1v1'd. Unfortunately, it looks like Milo will catch the Boom, and now Blissey is a threat. This Calm Mind Blissey should beat a Calm Mind Suicune 1v1, and keep in mind as well, there is this Dug in the back, so yeah, it's hard to call. Because if Suicune can at least keep Blissey low enough, then Dug can come in and Revenge KO. But both players are just boosting up now. No one clicking any attacks yet, so this might actually result in a crit war. Yeah, we'll have to see. Okay. Oh, and my goodness, insta-crit. Yeah, Dug not going to be able to do 91%. Oh, a crit would have done it, but yeah, that's going to be that. That is brutal. Well, that's game one. It ended up pretty close there in the end, but resulted in the Calm Mind War. Very funny turn one as well. How often do you see a Jinx versus 4E lead? Alright, well, that's going to be BIHI taking game one. Let's see what game two has in store for us. Okay, Zapdos versus Flygon lead. Flygon going to click Rock Slide, which, oh wow, Thunderbolt into Flygon. Now, a lead Zap, you could be scared against a potential Ice move, more to catch out a Salamence lead rather than a Flygon, but nonetheless, enter T-Tar. Going to click Crunch here, as Zapdos just gets some chip damage with Thunderbolt. Will proceed to get more, and down goes Zapdos. And in comes Salamence. Looks like Mence has leftovers. Will be doubling out into Skarm on Starmie. Definitely not what the Skarmory wanted to enter here. Will immediately click Thunder Wave, maybe indicating that Starmie is more of a defensive Starmie. And that nice para on Jirachi clicks Toxic, indicating a potential defensive Jirachi here. Blissey gonna Natural Cure out right into Skarmory. And we're gonna have Skarm versus Skarm. Okay, Starmaster gonna go for a Thief, so down goes the leftovers for BIHI Skarm, but it does have the temporary Spike advantage. Will be switching out into Mence here on a potential second Spike, does in fact. And Mence definitely threatening. Oh wow, immediate Flamethrower crit, that's brutal. In comes Starmie now, threatening with an Ice Beam, could be clicking Rapid Spin, could be clicking any number of moves, to be honest. Instead goes for Thunder Wave as T-Tar enters. If this is Pursuit Tar, then that could be kind of nasty for Starmie. Does click Crunch. Oh man, just barely able to live past the Sandstorm, but notably will not live the spikes on the re-entry, so we might see Starmie go down with a ship here, maybe just try and get some... Okay, just gets the Rapid Spin off as Flygon enters and takes it out. Both players with Flygons as well. Blissey definitely looking somewhat threatening here. Jirachi having Toxic definitely means that Blissey can't just sit on it like some other defensive Jirachis are kind of exploited in that way. Seismic tossing down as the Wish goes through. With Parahacks, this Jirachi could be in trouble. But nope, gets the Wish off successfully. It is Wish Blissey as well. So that definitely provides a ton of longevity here for Starmaster. Because as long as your Flygon or your T-Tar don't catch Toxics on the entry, then Blissey can definitely keep them healthy. As T-Tar enters now, there was not a Wish in the air, so gonna stay at 50%. Gonna go for Substitute. Okay, so Substitute Crunch. I'm curious what this set is. It is Thunderbolt. And gets the Para, and full Para. Oh my goodness. And that Skarmory would certainly gonna be roaring. Instead clicks Spike on the Focus Punch, kind of a Boatar with T-Bolt instead of same type of coverage, I guess. Gonna click Crunch now as Flygon enters, takes a Spadef drop, should live another, but again, T-Tar's behind a Substitute, and this T-Tar is actually looking really threatening right now. Oh man, so Flygon will Earthquake away the Substitute, takes another Spadef drop, not gonna matter here. Oh man, T-Tar staying in to take out the Flygon. That's 2 kills for T-Tar. In comes Salamence. And again, Salamence pretty threatening. Blissey is healthy enough to deal with it. But if this Mence gets positioned in a way that it can predict moves, assuming it's looking mixed Mence, then yeah, definitely an issue. Jirachi re-enters. Yeah, both of these defensive Mons kind of just like to sit on each other. But Jirachi, with that Toxic yet again, going to be forcing Blissey out eventually. As Starmaster reveals own Jirachi, and if this is a Calm Mind substitute Jirachi, that would eat BIHI's Jirachi for lunch. Fire Punch not doing a lot, actually. In fact, even less than BIHI's, so it looks like a defensive Jirachi. Yep, there's the Wish from Starmaster as well. And this, yeah, Starmaster's Jirachi, I think, would stall out BIHI's here. Given the fact that, well, it can't get toxic, right? It does, in fact, get burned, which was inevitable. But that burn is not going to be increasing. It's just chip damage gradually, so it's looking like both these Jirachis are just going to be sitting in and stalling each other. Is this going to be a PP stall sort of scenario? Because obviously Mence and Skarmory don't want to be switching in on any Fire Punches getting burned. That would be very bad. I might, in fact, speed things up a little bit here. We'll just go to regular fast mode, as both these Jirachis sit in on each other and stall each other out. We got 12 wishes left for Starmaster and 11 on BIHI. Fire Punches, a lot of PP for each. Maybe we go hyper fast here. Yeah, because really the only way that this progresses is with multiple full paras, or I don't even know if multiple crits from BIHI's Jirachi can break through. Assuming that Starmaster just stays on top of Jirachi's HP with those wishes. So yeah, we are in a proper stall fest here. Anyway, as far as the position is concerned outside of that, again, Mence, certainly a threat with that Dragon Claw, going to be quite threatening to Flygon. Oh, and we actually have a switch out now into Blissey, followed by a switch out into Skarmory. So the stalemate has been broken. Things are advancing. Blissey catching a burn actually is really beneficial for Starmaster, because now your Blissey cannot be toxicked. So that benefit of that ramping up damage, forcing Blissey out eventually, no longer exists. And Starmaster being able to catch that burn on Blissey ended up really turning the tides of this Blissey versus Jirachi matchup. Yeah, this is actually looking quite good for Starmaster now. Obviously, Skarmory is so weak without leftovers, can't challenge Blissey in any meaningful way. And Mence, I mean, this is the one Pokemon that you want in on Mence, because, yeah, Blissey does have Ice Beam. And, yeah, this is actually looking quite good for Starmaster. I think he's just going to be stalling Blissey out of, or excuse me, stalling Jirachi out of these wishes, and then we'll be Seismic Tossing Jirachi down. There's plenty of Seismic Tosses, plenty of Soft Boils as well. So yeah, we might go back to Hyper Fast here, given that it does seem like it's just a matter of stalling out this Jirachi. There's one para. Of course, multiple paras would do it. But in the meantime, this Jirachi is quite healthy. Not gonna be going down anytime soon. Oh, and notably as well, Blissey having Wish in addition to Soft Boil means that, yes, this Blissey has far, far more healing than Jirachi. It will absolutely be able to outlast those Wishes long term. At this point, Jirachi clicking Toxic, just trying to avoid getting PP stalled. And back in on Jirachi. This is interesting. Foregoing that burned Blissey has now been healed off of Natural Cure just to get Jirachi back in. I mean, Blissey did do a good job of burning PP in the meantime. Okay, and we have Mence in now against the Jirachi. So Flamethrower Mence against a defensive Jirachi. Flamethrower, I don't think would even do half. It might be close to that. But yeah, gonna get scared out. Skarmory was a temporary pivot there. And yeah, more PP stall gameplay. Flygon in on what could have been a Fire Punch. I believe still, right? There are Fire Punches remaining. And wow. Okay, Mence enters on a Rock Slide crit, and that just looks like the game. Mence was really the only threatening offensive Pokemon that BIHI had. Because Skarmory is... okay, hasn't revealed anything besides Spike, so... yeah, I don't see a Skarmory being able to Drill Peck down a defensive burned Jirachi and a Blissey and a Flygon. Yeah, I'm gonna call this over in favor of Starmaster. Wow, this was something. So, is there even an out? I'm trying to think. Because Jirachi seems to be inevitably getting PP stalled. Oh man. Wish is in the air, but 3% is a little scary there. Yeah, Jirachi seems to be inevitably getting PP stalled, and Skarmory, even if it gets wished up back to health, which seems to be happening, nope. Down goes Skarmory. Looks like Starmaster going to be catching that wish. So yeah, tie game. Nice stuff there. Starmaster definitely doing a good job of keeping that Jirachi in check. Just sitting in on it because, yeah, you can freak out and you can do a whole bunch of things to try and get it off the screen right then and there and end up losing as a result, or you can realize it's not really applying any meaningful pressure and just let it stall itself out. So anyway, we are moving on to Game 3. Before that, however, if you're enjoying what you're watching here, if you're enjoying this tournament and this type of coverage, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Yeah, Revival Tournaments. I am only here because this is a channel I enjoyed watching because this type of coverage is so cool, it's so interesting. And yeah, in addition to that as well, if you are interested in donating to the prize pool, these players are putting on a good show. If it's entertaining to you and if you enjoyed watching, then feel free. Any amount helps. Definitely something to consider. Anyway, we are now moving on to Game 3. This is where it is decided. It will be Arrow versus Zapdos lead. So Arrow immediately clicking Rock Slide as a Jirachi enters. And immediate Doug Trio. And Jirachi gets right out of there. So Doug will not get that trap. A lot of positioning here. Forretress enters as so does Skarm. Thiefing the Fori is quite nice. As looks like a hidden power Fire, potentially. Skarm now clicking Spike. So Fori, while it's in, can just click Rapid Spin. Oh, and Drill Peck as well. Yeah, this Skarmory is kind of going to counter this Fori long term. Fori now going for another Spike. Has just been trying to get Chip on Skarm. And actually, does Fortress even have Rapid Spin? Because it has not clicked it yet. Oh man, multiple crits on these packs. Boom now from Fori. And yeah, gotta wonder if BIHI has another spinner in the back. Claydol enters on a Roar. Skarm getting a little more leftovers chip heal. Claydol gonna go right back on another Roar. But the thing is, every single Pokemon besides Skarmory that's been revealed so far is not something that Zapdos really wants roared in, as we see Zap running away from Blissey. T-Tar will enter. And, okay, there is a Milo from Starmaster. Yeah, the big V5 here, looking like. As T-Tar does click Crunch, and for the time being can fish for a Spadef drop, but will now get scared out by a Surf. But Milo clicks Toxic instead, and that hits Zap. That is definitely a good mon to have on a timer if you're Starmaster. Wow, and staying in for the recover on the Roar turn, that is remarkable. It's really only a matter of time at this point before Claydol can get that spin, it seems. T-Tar is back in, does click Pursuit on Tar, and a crit as well, almost takes it out, but is barely able to survive. Wow. Milo is in now, however, and Surf looking much freer. Yep. Okay, that Zapdos, I don't know my Milo head calcs if that's a defensive Zapdos or not, because if it has Rest, that's definitely really, really nice for BIHI, without a doubt. Claydol is in now, probably worth taking a Crunch just to get rid of those spikes. Does in fact do so, and now there's going to be Pursuit mind games, whether Claydol wants to exit or not. Does in fact exit on another Crunch. Interesting. With the Spadef drop, I feel like Pursuit may have KO'd her. I'm not sure on that. But anyway, Milo is in on T-Tar yet again. Likely going to be clicking a Surf or Recover here. Just wants to stay at absolute max HP, so does click Recover instead. And yeah, Zap back in. So given that this is a Roar Zapdos, I was going to say, yep, more likely that it is Rest. So that is definitely a pain for Starmaster to deal with. However, worth noting that, okay, did not click Sleep Talk. But sometimes Rest Zapdoses are mono-electric, which would get hard-walled by Claydol. This one has not revealed moves quite yet, but oh man, this is scary as well for BIHI because Blissey is just fishing for crits, and yeah, does exit now into Jirachi. But besides that, I mean, Arrow and maybe Doug would be the only real threats for Zapdos otherwise. Swampert gonna entry here, and nice switch into Milotic. Definitely gonna threaten this Pert, which just goes for Earthquake, only doing 28%. Milo, I think, has only revealed, yeah, could be 4th move Ice Beam, could be 4th move Refresh. Refresh, I think, would make sense here. Just trading down with Swampert and being faster, doesn't even really have to risk any crits or anything. Now Pert going for Ice Beam freezes, just trying to make any type of progress. It really feels like Starmaster is in the driver's seat here. Assuming that Fori was the only spinner, these are permanent spikes, and given, I mean, Skarmory is quite weak, so probably won't be able to get a third. Ooh, crit on the Zapdos entry, which I believe still has a sleep turn left. Yikes. Yeah, now this is looking really good for Starmaster. Jirachi taking a bunch of chip. Has it revealed its set at all? Has not. Goes for a Wish here on the Doug trap. So if this Jirachi gets multiple protects and is at absolutely full, then it can live the Doug Earthquake. Actually, it doesn't even need to be that full. Ooh, but no Body Slam Para, only has Toxic, so Doug will ultimately get the trap nonetheless. BIHI gonna go for multi-protect stall here. Needs many protects. Gets 2. Okay. Are we gonna see a third? You need probably 2 more after the third. Doesn't even get there. So Jirachi will go down, and Starmaster looking very ahead now. Gyarados is a threat if this has Dragon Dance. Blissey gonna enter. Does this Blissey have a Thunderbolt or not? Gonna click Double Edge crit into Blissey. Oh my goodness. Taking a ton of recoil. Gyara should be faster at +1. Yeah, it is. Oh man, and the HP Rock takes out Arrow. Is it over? No, because you have Milo. And Milo has Toxic. but that's still doing so much. Man, I'm surprised that Milo wasn't... Well, did Blissey get... Blissey got crit, right? That's probably why Milo wasn't the first answer. But did seem like Arrow kind of just got thrown away, hoping that Arrow would be faster than Gara or something. Or hoping it didn't have HP Rock. In any case, Zapdos is in on Skarmory, and this is a safe Pokemon to, yeah, burn a Sleep turn. On the Drill Peck. Oh man, is that in range of Sand? It is! Wow. Skarm able to pick up a KO on Zapdos, not something you see every day. And that was a very threatening Pokemon, because if Zap was able to rest and get back to full, then this Milo, which is really the only... yeah, it's holding off the rest of BIHI's team, is now looking very, very, very threatening. It's looking like it might just take the game. T-Tar fishing for something. A Spadef drop so Crunch can start doing more damage, but no. Milo is going to take out T-Tar. Hurt is in now, but as we saw earlier, the Swampert really just needs a freeze to break through Milo. Gonna be fishing for it now. Yeah, I think barring a Ice Beam freeze here, then Milo might just take away the game. Gonna be clicking the Toxic on Swampert, which I believe, yeah, shouldn't have Refresh, because that would be in place of a Water move, which I would not expect to happen here. So now Pert is on a timer, now Gyarados is on a timer. It really is looking over. Even with the freeze now, yeah, Gyara would need like rest or something. I don't think DD rest is even a set. Oh wait, never mind, it was at 4% in Toxic. Yeah, can't even do that much. So, wow. Starmaster taking the series 2-1 with the 2-0 comeback there. Nicely played. Yeah, overall, I think that, I mean, what really made a big deal in this game in particular was the sort of Spiker versus Spinner matchup, having Thief and Peck Skarm against the Fori, and having Thief connect on the Fori made it really difficult for BIHI to maintain spikes and have any hope of really spinning these opposing spikes long term. And yeah, that definitely helped, because if, well, Pokemon like Zapdos and like T-Tar, and even Gyarados for that matter, would really appreciate that the sort of checks, not really hard counters, but checks like Milo that could be switching into your T-Tar crunches and whatnot. If they're taking spikes, then yeah, it becomes a lot easier to maneuver around. But nonetheless, well played from Starmaster. Will be, yeah, taking this one here. But I think that's all from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, consider subscribing if you haven't already. Consider donating if you are so inclined and able. But hope you all enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys later for more ADV coverage here in the Jimvitational 2.